Here is lesson 26 for trombone. We will play number 62. You'll notice there's a new note. You should have already gone through this new note. You should already be comfortable with playing it. When you have a new note, how do you know if you're playing the right note? Because, on this instrument, yeah, we can get third position, but third position we can get and higher. I just can't play that high. So how do you know if you have the right note or not? Okay? It starts with using your ears and finding a note that you know. Like for instance, we know our B flat. We know the F. My lips are a little bit too tight today. So we know our B flat. And we have that F. Take that F and work up to the A flat. What's your next note above F? We have G. Okay, there's your G. Now, A flat is only up to third position, so G to A flat. There's your A flat. Now, as soon as you learn a new note, play it, memorize how it feels so you can start right on it. Did you notice every note that I played, if it was wrong, I stopped immediately and fixed it because I know how the notes feel. You can ask me to play a note and I know what the note is. I know what it feels like before I even play it. If you know what it feels like before you play it, you will play it right. Okay? So, number 62. First thing I want to do is buzz through it. So, here's your first note. Okay? Buzz it, now play it. 1, 2, ready. So, I want to ask you about two things. One, did you notice that I didn't take the first breath mark, but I did take the next one? It's up to you, honestly, if you want to take breath marks or not. When you have, for instance, number 62, in measure 4, a rest. Breathe there. Don't breathe on the breath mark. Again, if you have to, you can. But if you don't have to, don't. Just breathe on the rests. Because we want to play every note as full as possible. We don't want to add any more rests in the music than what's already written. Because the composer wrote it that specific way for a reason. And the second thing. Did you notice when I played my E flat, the very last note, did you notice that I changed it? I did. See that? I made a slight adjustment. That's that ear training we talked about a couple lessons ago. Okay? I know where the note is. I know what it should sound like. And I heard it was a little bit low, so I slid that slide up just a little bit so it raised that pitch. You need to start developing that. That's why we've talked about tuners during class. And if I haven't, ask me about it when you come back this week, and we'll do it. We'll show you what tuners are, how they work, and what to do with them. Okay, so you've buzzed through. Now, I want you to play it. I want you to rewind and play it. And then after you do that, we're going to play it a little bit faster. Okay? So this should be the second time you've played it with me. 1, 2, ready. Did you notice when you go faster, it's easier to not take breaths? It is. Because you don't have to hold your breath as long. You don't use as much breath when you're playing fast. Okay? This was lesson 26. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot the code word. The code word is articulation. Articulation is what you do with your tongue. For instance, we've tongued normally, which is what I'll be referring to as standard tonguing. Okay, it's just how we've normally been tonguing every note so far. And then there are slurs. Okay, so your standard tongue is ta, right? Every note we play, you say ta. That's our standard articulation. The new articulation that we've learned is our slurs, where we use our la tongue. Okay, articulation is spelled A-R-T-I-C-U-L-A-T-I-O-N. Articulation. It's what you do with your tongue. Okay, now that was lesson 26. Thanks for joining me.